So here are the stories we'll be looking for in Unlimited Hydro Heat 3B. John Theoret and the Beacon Plumbing captured the last race. What are they going to do this time? A rare loss for Dave Bilwak and the Elam, only 2 all season long. And Steve David, oh boy, they're ready to race in Heat 3B.
Heat 3B of the Chevy Cup at Seafair is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of Seafair, with new nonstop service to Denver beginning November 4th, and is presented for Seafair by Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
Here's the lineup. 6 boats scheduled to be on the water. Haas Mortgage Investors with the 2 boats. Elam Plus, Beacon Plumbing, the plumbing joint, and the sausage boat, oh boy, Oberto. Again, 6 out on the course. The U-21, the plumbing joint boat, was late getting into the water, but I think they're all out there now. Count them up at 3 minutes and counting. And the crowd loving it along the shores of Lake Washington. Let's check out the drivers. Jimmy King, that piston-powered Haas Mortgage 2 boat. Michael?
Yeah, he came to the Northwest, and if he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all this year. And Jimmy King simply must win, and that is a tall order, or he doesn't make the final on the front row.
The U-10 boat chip, David Bryant, is coming along and looking very well after his first place finish.
Not just looking well, he won a come-from-behind heat that was so close, I don't remember another one in history.
Dave Bilwak and Elam Plus, and I think what says it all, Michael, is that he had very little to say after that last race where he finished second.
He realizes a vulnerability he didn't think he had, and there are 3 boats out there who are going to test that this heat.
Bill, read between the lines on what's going on in the pits right now for the Elam team.
Well, I think they're concerned but not worried, if that makes any sense. Dave didn't seem that worried about what happened, but he does know that Theoret beat him.
I don't think they worry about anything, frankly. The Miss Beacon Plumbing, John Theoret, have just done a terrific job getting this boat ready to run again, Mike.
But, you know, John Theoret has got to win this heat again, because remember, he did not finish yesterday. He's got 1 heat win, but he needs to beat Bilwak to assure himself a place in the final.
Deck-to-deck racing in this one, Guard?
Oh, yeah. I just talked to all the crew members down here. They're really intense right now. They know they have to win to get into the final, and they say, we're pulling out all the stops. We are ready to go.
The U-21 boat, Brian Perkins, and the plumbing joint literally just getting away from the dock, Michael.
An opportunity to get some experience, that's all. In this particular heat with these hot dogs, this guy doesn't have a dog in this fight.
And the U-6 boat, Steve David, the quiet, unassuming professor, can jump up and fight somebody, Chip.
Yeah, but this time he just needs to go for a boat ride. He's got plenty of points. They finish high, so he just needs to relax, finish the heat, and he'll find himself in the final.
So they're all out on the course now inside of a minute, and Pat, you've got the fastest boats to talk about here.
Well, Jack in the Box congratulates for this heat Beacon Plumbing and John Theoret driving that checkerboard decked boat. They qualified at 153.16 miles an hour, but all of the boats in this heat are lightning fast. And for the best in fast food, anytime, stop by your nearest Jack in the Box.
There is a move that Dave Bilwak just avoided. He almost got boxed in between Theoret and Steve David. That's what they wanted to do, but it didn't happen. He moved to the outside, but he came off clean, almost came to a dead stop there at the 3/4 mark of the back chute in the score-up. He will be in the 3 lane now. Inside of him will be Steve David in the 2 lane, and on the inside totally is John Theoret, and on the outside is David Bryant. He has, Dave Bilwak does, a handful out there as they come to this start. And it's a legal start with Theoret on the inside, coming across the line first and leading him into the turn. Stephen David is pursuing, and right in second place at the moment in that corner, it is Dave Bilwak in the Miss Elam.
Theoret did what he needed to do. He needed the inside, and he needed to be the first guy across the start line. He did all of that. Now let's see if he's got the boat to stay in front of Bilwak.
Theoret is trying to pull away, but Bilwak's concern is with David Bryant on the outside. Does he have boat speed enough to catch up to him? He's given it a shot. As they come up into the upper corner right now, we've got 4 boats up there within a tick of each other, and Jean Theoret, the French-Canadian from Valleyfield, Quebec, is leading him through the corner, and Bilwak just made a huge wide turn and may have given some advantage to Stephen David on the inside.
You know, Stephen David, all he's got to do is take that third, so I think he may lay back, but Vilwak cannot let Theoret just drive away from him, but that's exactly what Theoret's doing right
and
now.
it comes as no surprise, Chip, but in the Haas Mortgage Investments boat, David Bryant is coming on strong on the outside, and he has his sights on that orange boat.
He's a come-from-behind kid. I tell you what, he's really good at going fast on the outside. Maybe that's a flat-bottom technique, but I tell you what, he's given this team the shot in the arm they really need.
He just got a great corner paddle day, and as he comes up the back chute in third place, he's going to try to run down Stephen David in the Oberto.
It's one of the finest heats we've ever seen at Seafair. Theoret's at the floating bridge turn. He's coming down to complete the second lap. He's got a big lead over Vilwak, and Steve David's pulling him on the inside, and he may give Vilwak a run for it.
End of lap number 2 about to take place as Jean Theoret gets the white flag. One more to go. The water is getting rough. There's a lot of air under those boats. The Elam is flying high. So is Theoret's Beacon Plumbing. And a wild ride down the front straightaway as they go into the last corner. And still David Bryant in that Haas Mortgage is keeping the pressure on.
Well, I tell you what, if Dave Vilwak was rattled after Theoret beat him the first time, just think how rattled he is right now. I don't think Dave's got the boat speed that he thought he had over the rest of these guys.
John Theoret has only a half a lap to go, and he's going to pick up another 400 points and again defeat the Elam.
Up the back chute now. It is the Beacon Plumbing, which beat the Elam one time and is ready to whack him a second time today. The second time it's been done all season, I might add. And here comes Jean Theoret down. You see what he sees. Just a few thousand feet to the finish line, and he will have done it for a second time in a row. Jean Theoret, Billy Shoemaker's Beacon Plumbing gets the checker.
I think what Dave has learned is that he's got to be on the inside. All year long, he could win from the outside, but no more.
Number 3 is the Alberto, and number 4 is Haas Mortgage.
A doggone good-looking heat altogether out there, and as you can see, the complexion of this race, of the Chevrolet Cup at Seafair, from what we thought it was 24 hours ago, is beginning to take on a whole new look.
We thought it was just an Elam slam dunk, and it's turning out to be anything but that.
But, you know, Dave Vilwak is no dummy. He's been here a lot. Could he be laying back, Mike? Do you think he's playing possum? I've seen him do it before.
He has done it before, but I got to tell you, there are 3 boats, and he contended with all 3 of them, and one of them beat him, and one of them nearly beat him, and a 4th boat that is a wild card out here. And you know what? I agree with you, Chip. He needs to go to the inside, but I don't think he wants to do that, and I think these other guys would love it if he did.
Okay. Hey, if you ever wanted to see a perfect start, take a look at this.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
This is John Theoret, and this is what made John Theoret the Chevrolet Cup champion the last 2 years. He gets great starts. 2, 1, go. That's how it's done, folks.
Absolutely.
And John Theoret has just been very good at this when he needs to do it. He's funny. He's like Babe Ruth. He swings for the fence all the time, which means he strikes out a lot. But when he hits it right, it's out of the park.
You know, if anyone thinks for a moment that Dave Vilwak is just kind of doing this to make it a great show, I want to tell you Vilwak is to show business what Lindsay Lohan is to the Girl Scouts. Dave Vilwak only wants one thing, and that is to win.
Well, I have to agree with Pat. Dave Vilwak may think going in that, well, maybe I'll just kind of lay back, but I don't think he's got it in him. He wants to win. He's like Bernie Little. He wants to win every single heat.
Well, if in that last heat when Jean Theoret beat him, that is the heat before this one, he was hearing footsteps. Now, whoever's upstairs is pounding on the floor.
And now cruising by the front of the start-finish line, headed for the pits, is a very, very happy Jean Theoret.
John Theoret did exactly what he needed to do. He had to win the heat to guarantee he was in the final, and I think he's all but done that. He's guaranteed he's in the final, but by doing that, he showed everything he's got. He showed that he's how to get the inside. Dave is not going to let him have the inside in the final. They're going to fight like cats for that inside lane.
I know there was some talk earlier about the Elam Plus, Dave Vilwak and those guys saving a motor, saving parts, all getting ready for this particular race because of the toll that this course takes on the boat. You think they're unhappy about what they've done with the boat up to this point now?
You know, I think they're shocked. They're just shocked. I think, frankly, the Beacon guys are shocked that the boat has come around like it has. And frankly, I think the Elam guys are thinking, where did our superiority go? When I saw Scott Rainey this morning, he had this Cheshire cat grin on his face. And I know last night they found something special.
You know what? Chip, you know, you think about the other courses that the Elam has won on. Long straightaway at Tri-Cities, wide sweeping turns, long straightaway at Madison, long straightaways at Detroit.